Hello and welcome to the video where we are going to be showing you how we got around the city of Lisbon when we visited back in August of 2020. There are many types of transport available, from trains to tuk-tuks. There's pretty much every possible mode of transport available. We found that we mostly use the metro, trains and buses to and from attractions. For example, we got a bus all the way from our Airbnb to the Cristo Rei statue, which took roughly 45 minutes. The metro, train and buses are relatively cheap and super easy to navigate as well, with frequent services and good route connections too. Firstly, let's talk about the metro. This is basically the tube in London, minus all of this confusion. It's super simple, as you can see from these pictures, with only 4 lines: linha azul, amarela, verde and vermelha. The cost of the metro is roughly €1.50, but this depends which zones you're travelling to. Typical touristic areas will cost $1.50 each way. As they don't have return tickets, you will have to get 2 singles instead. To pay for the travel, you will have to get a Viva Viagem travel card, which looks like this, but we shall get into that a little later. The only real downside to the metro is the lack of connections between lines, making it harder to change from line to line and possibly making your journey slightly longer than you would like. But considering how quick and easy and inexpensive it is, we really didn't complain. Quick tip, the red line runs directly from the local Lisbon airport, so this is a great travel option to reach downtown quickly. Next is buses. We found that buses are a nice way to get around the city, as you can take in the views, maybe take a picture or two, and they take you pretty much everywhere. We used Google Maps to figure out bus journeys. It was pretty good at calculating routes with accuracy, so we do recommend using it to plan your journeys too. Like the metro, buses work with Viva Viagem cards, which you just tap when you get in. Also, like the metro, tickets are singles only, which tend to cost around €1.85. Make sure to look at the numbers on the bus stops to make sure you're at the right stop before waiting, but this is pretty clear and self-explanatory. Now onto trains. Trains are ideal for travelling to nearby towns like Sintra and Cascais, with great and frequent connections between these major towns. Trains also use Viva Viagem cards, with prices varying for journeys depending on your destination. We took the train from Cais do Sodré all the way to Cascais, which was roughly 50 minutes. With coastal views for pretty much the whole way, it was really beautiful. This journey cost about €2.25 for a single, so again no return ticket, so it would total to €4.50. Now onto the Viva Viagem card. This little card is used for the metro, bus, tram, funicular, ferry and the suburban train, which is almost everything you need really. If you know the Oyster card in London, the Viva Viagem card is the equivalent, as it does the same thing, working as a contactless card which you top up at machines and stations ready for your journeys. The card itself costs 50 cents, which can last up to a year. You can buy single tickets, day tickets which you can use as many times as you like for the selected time, or zapping. We used zapping most frequently. This is basically a top up as you go system where you can top up a minimum of €3 up to a maximum of 40. Each traveller needs a card for themselves, so if you are travelling as a pair, you need 2 different Viva Viagem cards. Any balance you have remaining on the card stays there for a year, so if you return within a year, you can make the most of this. However, if you do not manage to use all of the top-ups, you cannot exchange this for money, so bear that in mind when gauging how much to top up each time. You can check your balance at any ticket machine and stations, which is useful. Also bear in mind you cannot top up when on the transport itself. You can only top up at ticket offices or machines at stations. If you do not have enough money for your fare, then you may run the risk of not being allowed onto the service. There are so many more forms of transport available around Lisbon that are also very accessible. For us, metro, buses and trains were ideal, but don't be fooled, the list is extensive. We only included our most used, however popular ways of getting around also include trams, elevators, ferries, taxis, and more recently e-scooters and tuk-tuks. These tend to be slightly more expensive, as most don't use Viva Viagem cards and are mostly privately owned companies. General word of warning on any public transport anywhere around the world: make sure you protect your personal belongings at all times, as pickpocketers will spot you from a mile away otherwise. We hope you found this video helpful. If you are new to Lisbon or going there on holiday soon, if you are, have a great time. It's a lovely area which we really enjoyed visiting, even if I do have a personal biased opinion as a Portuguese fellow myself. Drop a like if you found this helpful and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.